Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face. Card making space. Live video. All fingers and toes crossed that the tech works. If not, we'll just switch cameras like I always do. We'll make it work. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a second or two because ads and things, whatever, you know, whatever. Make sure it actually is working. There we go. Am I live? Everything's working. We have a special guest here, a special in-person moderator that is working unpaid. Say hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
He's gonna be helping with the chat this time because I cannot keep up to save my life. So yeah, he'll be in the chat. He'll keep everybody in line, and let's just hope it all works. It is stressful. Me and tech, and yeah, so far it looks like everything is working. Hello to, we got Indiana and UK, and I'm not even sure where all everybody is. But yeah, it seems like everything is working, and that is wonderful. So yeah, let's just hope. Let's just hope. We'll just see. And yeah, we're going to do another Halloween card because it's that time of year. And I am going to make a card inspired by the intro and outro banners that I made for my Halloween series. So for those that have been watching, we got Scotland here too. Scotland, Texas, all the fun things. So yeah, hello, 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 everybody. But yeah, the intro and outro that I did, which, yes, I'll take credit for, but at the same time, like, it's not like I designed it. I used Canva, you know? I did put it took me an entire day to make those things. It's not my forte, but I thought they were super cute. You know, I did the purple pumpkins and made it all glowy and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to do a card inspired by that because that was the whole plan. And I've got some Tim Holtz wafer dies that have been sitting here that I ordered whenever, you know. I do, as of right now, have links in the description box below the video to a fair amount of what I plan on using. And then, like I always say, after the live stream is over, I take the photos, I edit all the links, I do the blog post, social media, yada, yada, yada. So anything that I might have missed will be done half an hour to an hour after the live stream. So yeah, things are working. Let's see if they keep working. Let's switch over to the other camera. And we're going to use Edison. I think that's his name. Isn't that his name? I think it's Edison. Is it Edison? Edison the pumpkin. We're going to use him. I'm planning on using the big Frights die set and possibly some stencils. I have a link to the entire collection as well as what I plan on using individually, but there is a whole, like, I want it all collection of Tim Holtz wafer dies. Got a link to that below the video. And yeah, I did some die cutting already. I will show this part first, the magic of, you know, editing and all the things. I did do some of this ahead of time just to save us all the trouble. So yeah, we got Edison, and he comes in, and I'll show you guys the whole set of dies. Woo. Okay, so he is 3 layers, and then there's 2 layers for his stem, and then they included these awesome clouds, which I wanted to use, but I don't think in the finished card these will actually work, you know, so I'm just gonna save them for something else because I love them. Aren't they fun? Aren't they fun? So yeah, we're gonna use Edison, and these guys are big. Like, I don't, oh yes I do, just a sec. I have an A2, there we go, Here's a A2 size panel, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just to give you an idea. He's a big dude. We likes him, you know? So we're gonna make a bigger card, probably another 5 by 7, because I wanted to, like I said, do inspired by my intro for Halloween. So, yo.
Are you gonna be getting Tim's new stamps?
Oh, his Stampers Anonymous release. I want to. I haven't pulled the trigger on ordering yet, mostly because their release is so late. By the time it gets to me, I'm going to be right in the middle of Stamptember. So, I don't know. I want to. I just, like last year, and I have them here. I ordered these last year because this was last year's. There was more than this, but the Halloween release from Stampers Anonymous, and I haven't done any videos because same thing, by the time they got here, I just didn't have time. But I'm planning on using that one and probably some sentiments. And then maybe I'll be able to squeeze in some cards during, like, later on. But yeah, if I could just get things here sooner. I loved that release and the video was amazing. So we'll see. We'll see. I probably will cave and order maybe after this video. So let's do this part first. Ooh, Kath is here. Hello, Kath. If you guys watched Tim Holtz live yesterday, he shared a bunch of makes by Kath. Oh, literally, I need more hours in the day. So let's just do this part first. I die cut the base of Edison just from some light, very pale yellow cardstock. Very boring, everything. I think, oh yeah, see, I like that it etches the detail, which is perfect, so I can see where his eyes and his face will go, like so. And then we're gonna make them glow in the dark because obviously. So where's my palette knife? Let's add a little bit of grit paste glow to this. So press and seal. I did do a linked list below the video to like all my most used supplies or tools, that sort of a thing. Press and seal's on that list because it's a must-have. But let's just apply. And since I can see exactly where the face is, you don't need to cover this entire piece with the glow-in-the-dark grit paste. It just needs to cover where the face holes are. Just like so. And that's it. And then you just let it dry. So I'm gonna wipe that off. Seal this back up. And cardstock colors will be listed in the description box after the video is done. Because I'm just never sure exactly what I'm using. And yeah, and I didn't have time to list them ahead of time. So they will get listed directly when I edit the supplies after the video. So, okay. So I did that, and I did it multiple times. Got grit paste on me. And with the magic of television, there we go. So yeah, this is mostly dry, not completely yet, because I just did this like, what, an hour ago? Something like that. You don't need to apply it very thick. And yeah, I will, when I'm done all of this and everything's done and I take photos, I'll take a photo of these in the dark so you guys will be able to see like them actually glowing in the dark. But let's speed up the drying process a little bit just to make our lives a little bit easier. Okay. Huh?
So a 20-second delay.
20 seconds. Yeah, it's about right. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, if I knew how to do it, but again, that's on my list of things to figure out. I would pop up my intro screen so that you guys could like see the intro and the comparison, but I haven't had time to figure that out yet. It's on the list. Just one thing at a time. If I can just keep my cameras working, that's a win. So, yeah. That heat tool is a must-have. Yes. This, and I think it's linked in my tools list. Love this thing. Unlike your standard embossing tool, because this always gets asked, so I will show. Standard embossing tool, the good one, the Wagner. This, I don't even know the temperatures. You could Google it for me. Look up Wagner heat tool. This one I use for heat embossing. This very, very, very high heat. Chris is my moderator's looking it up to me.
Up to 1200 degrees Fahrenheit.
I think that's a little bit extreme.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's like 450 is what this one averages out at. Anyway, with a heat tool, it is more air, obviously. Like, let me plug this in too, and I can do a comparison, just so people are aware what the difference is. Like, you know, and this one is very direct heat. You know, directs to a small area. Very, very high heat. Very high heat. Good for heat embossing. The lower setting works for drawing within reason, but again, it's more direct. This gets to about the same heat, but because of the size and the way it's made, it diffuses the heat more. So this one, you know, you won't have things like blowing all over as much as you do with a like embossing tool. So that's why I recommend both, honestly. But you can get away with like just this. And you technically can heat emboss with this, but it's going to take you like 3 times longer because again, it is dispersing heat, not directing it right at something. So I never use this for heat embossing. And I don't recommend it for that. Like, it's not fun. So, anyway. Yeah. In Florida, we don't need heat tools, just embossed items on the driveway. I believe it. I don't even want to know what the temperature gets on like concrete down there. I cannot imagine. Okay, we'll let those guys continue. Like, they're almost dry, not 100%, but close, very close. So we got our backgrounds and then the layers, and I want to add a little extra something to these layers, so I'm thinking, yep. And then I also, there's always a method to the madness. And that one. And that. And this. Let's do. Okay. We can add some dimension to our little dudes so that they're not totally flat and boring. So let's start with the top layer. Let's get that out. I'm gonna use some Simon Positively Saturated ink in Lilac for this one. Yes. So yeah, just subtle. Yep. Yeah. All right, and then where did I put? There they are. Don't think. Yeah, I don't need to add anything to their stems, and then I'll go a shade darker for. In fact, I'm gonna completely use. I'm gonna go a different shade of purple too for the next layer. So we got. What am I doing? Violet this time. Yes, I've been in a purple mood. My previous card, like Halloween video that went up last night, that was very much a purple theme. And I was like, oh, I'm being a little redundant doing purple a second time. But like I said, it was inspired by my intro, which was very purple this year. Let's do like, there we go. Because then when that gets layered, yes, subtle, but works. There we go. Do you have Simon Hurley's inks? No, I don't. So I cannot compare. I have Simon Says Stamps, Positively Saturated inks. I have Concord and Ninths inks. And then I've got my Ranger Distress ink, Distress Oxide ink, various pigment inks, and then Simon Says Stamps original ink line, which that one I know is very similar to Hero Art's formula. And that's it. Oh, and I have Lawn Fawn ink cubes, and I have Gina K ink cubes. But I can't keep up with all the inks. I don't have enough space. I literally don't have enough space. So yeah. Do you have the new Lawn Fawn or Hero Arts releases? No. Will you create some projects with them? I don't have either of those. I do not get... they don't send me product, and I only have so much room in my budget. Hero Arts release looked amazing. Lawn Fawn's release are always amazing. But yeah, I have quite a huge Lawn Fawn collection, and I just can't keep up with it all, sadly. But yeah, do not have them. How are you surviving in your preparations for Stamptember? Stamptember is going to be a lot of fun. I will do probably an info video on Facebook for all the newbies to explain how it all works. And we'll just go from there and see how it works. I'm not saying nothing. Everything is under wraps, and everything is going to be just a big old surprise because it's going to be a big old party. So yeah, we're going to layer these guys together to create our fun little pumpkins. Okay. And then yeah, just some craft tacky glue. Haven't decided yet if I want to pop up. Probably not. I think I'm going to just adhere everything directly onto itself because there's going to be overlap with these pumpkins to fit them onto the background I plan on making. We shall see. Inks are so confusing for me. Pigment, hybrid, or dye. Oh my. Dye inks are transparent. They are made from dyes. Dye inks soak in to the cardstock. pigments are literally pigments. They are a like powder, a pigment powder. So if something contains a pigment, whether it be an oxide ink or a specific pigment ink, pigments sit on top of the paper. They cannot absorb into. That's why like oxides and pigments look so nice on dark cardstock, because those pigments are sitting on top. Whereas dyes are a liquid and they soak in. Hybrids gets into a whole other territory, because there's a lot of like what people can, like what brands call a hybrid. More often than not, when they're talking about hybrids, it's different chemicals that they use with the dyes to make them, you know, more, how do I explain this? So that you can stamp them onto more than just porous surfaces. Paper is porous. So there's hybrid inks that can be stamped on different types of surfaces, that sort of a thing. They always explain that with their listing, like what type, you know, what type of ink it is and what it's good for. But yeah, the main categories are dye inks, pigment inks, and then ones that are unique are like the oxides, which is a blend of dye and pigment. Hero Art's reactive inks are also similar to that formula. It's not the same, but similar, that it's a literal blend of dye and pigment. And then pigment inks are just straight up pigment, hence that's how you get white, gold, silver. It's any metallic color needs to be pigment. That's the only way you're going to see it, because it's metallic little pigments. So, yeah. Okay, so we got our bases. We got bases, and then we've got okay, let's adhere. Yeah. So they're all gonna, and then, like I said, when I'm done the card, I'll take photos in the dark so you guys can see, because these will all glow in the dark, which is just gonna be super, super fun. What is the difference between the new and old Simon Says Stamp ink line? Should we have both? They are completely different formulas. The old original Simon Says Stamp ink line is somewhat of what I would personally call a bit of a hybrid. They are not water reactive. They are still dye inks, but they are not water reactive. So I like them for the color range, and they're nice to like stamp things, and then you can blend over them and the inks aren't going to move and stuff like that. The positively saturated inks are all water reactive, heavily water reactive. And yeah, they're kind of their own little unique formula. But like I said, the Concord and 9th inks are very similar to those. So yeah. So we got him, and then we need to do the little stems, which I die cut and placed in my little tray so that I didn't lose them, because you know what's gonna happen. And I'm keeping the stems the same color because, again, my little Halloween intro, all these little dudes actually were all one color. So yeah. Here. Isn't he cute? Here, I can actually zoom in a bit. Perfect. Much better. Okay. Now on to watch your videos on. You watch them on two. That's hilarious. You watch my videos on 2x speed. I do that with a lot of videos, I'm not gonna lie. I find that funny because if you can understand what I'm saying on my videos on 2x speed, that's hilarious because there have been times where people have said I talk way too fast. But yeah, I do that too sometimes. It's like I just want to get to the point already and I don't have time to watch everyone's videos. So yeah, I usually watch them at 1.5 speed or 2x speed depending. But yeah. And yes, creating live is a whole other ball game than me filming in spurts and then splicing it all together and then doing a voiceover in the closet is more often than what ends up happening. So yeah. What is a good gold embossing powder? I always use Simon Says Stamps gold embossing powder. I've been using it for years. I have a huge container of it. And yeah, I've shown it in like anytime I use gold heat embossing, I show that and it works on every color of cardstock. I've used it on black and white and vellum and everything. Everything. Get in your place. There we go. Pumpkin number 2. And then pumpkin number 3. Get that adhered. Boop, boop, boop. Alrighty. That I was just, yeah. Okay. I'll probably need to put these under a block to make sure the glue full impact, yes. And yes, well, these are linked in the tool supply list below the video. My big old Hero Arts blocks. These are just Hero Arts, Hero Arts stamping blocks. But yeah, they're linked below. I linked to like all my like most used tools, things like that. And then I just got 2 of these because they're like 6 by 4 3/4, something like that. Perfect. Anyway, let's finish off our last little pumpkin dude. So then we can set those aside, let them dry, and I will work on the background. Actually, no, wait. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I got distracted. It's all your fault, Chris.
It happens.
It's all your fault. I should be able to make this work regardless. I wanted to add, let's see, some, let me get everything out of the way here. I want to make sure not to add too much, but just a bit, because again, if you check out the intro, no, nothing about the kids. Just another heads up, people, I do not discuss my children on social media. None of that. Can you delete those, please? Nothing personal. I've just had some very disturbing things over the years, so we don't discuss the children or their school schedules or anything like that, because yeah, a few weirdos and things making it very uncomfortable, so that is why I don't discuss them, I don't show them, I don't share anything about them, because yeah. Nope, I can't say nothing about stamp timber. You guys will not get any info. We don't discuss. We don't discuss. I know people are excited and I'm glad, but I ain't saying nothing, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Who knows what all they have planned? I literally am not even sure what all is going to go on. It's going to be fun. So we've got less than a week to go before that kicks off. That's also probably one of the reasons I'm a little frazzled. Fun. It's going to be exciting. So yeah. And like I said, I will do I did need more glue. I will do a intro to Stamp Tent. Well, like, we'll discuss it, and I'll probably do that not here on YouTube. I'll probably do that on like my Facebook page, and just kind of give a overview, heads up, etc. Because a lot of people are new, and it's exciting, and just explaining how things work. So that is my plan. But and maybe I'll do it here too. Who knows? I make no promises. I have so much on my plate right now. But yeah. And yeah, like Cass said, stapled lips. Yeah. We say nothing. The only person allowed to say things is Heidi, the owner of Simon Says Stamp. She lets things slip. Like, that's why you always got to watch the Simon Says Stamp live videos when they do them, because Heidi, she lets little tidbits slip here and there. So always worth checking those out. Plus they do like giveaways and stuff on those too. And when they do live videos, they always post when they're going to on the Simon Says Stamp Facebook page. And they'll say like, oh, live on this day. It's usually Fridays. Yeah, I always tune in when they do a live video, because heck, I learn new things too, or, random little tidbits. So we shall see. But yeah, Salvage Patina, I'm like all over the place. Salvage Patina Oxide ink. Just pouncing it onto just a little bit. Because again, when you look at the intro for my Halloween videos, I've got this like blue light sort of glow going on. And I was replicating that onto these guys, so that they'll have that same sort of a look. It'll be my first stamp timber. Oh, it's gonna be nuts. Whether it's your first or I forget how many years they've been doing this now. It's the 13th or 14th year. I'm not even sure. It's tons of fun. It's chaotic. It's really chaotic, but it's also really fun. Like, there is so much between the collab sets and surprises and just the huge Simon Stamp Timber release. It's like the biggest release of the year and all the fun things. It is absolutely insane. So loads and loads and loads of fun. Everything, again, is linked for the most part. What I'm using is linked in the description box below the video. And then I will edit that after to get like the very specific, things I forget, all that stuff. So let's wipe up my mess. So this is what we got so far. We got our 3 pumpkin dudes. They'll be hanging out. So we got that. And I'll just set them aside. Just like so. Mostly so they can like dry and yeah. Okay. And then let's put these dies away so I don't lose them in the process, because that would suck. Okay. So yeah, Sizzix, Tim Holtz, Edison, that's who I was using. Let me put this cloud back where he belongs, because otherwise I'll cry thinking I missed it. Okay, he done for at the moment. Background. The glass mat is from Glassboard Studio. I don't have a link for this You can go on like Kathy Zielski and Yanis Makula. They have links and they have like discount codes and stuff. So I highly recommend going to their YouTube videos and channels or whatever, and they've got links to it. Okay. Let's do some stamping. Okay, I gotta remove all the guys from there. And then, ooh, I'm gonna have to go this direction. I don't need this in the way. I'm gonna have to go this direction to make everything fit. Right now, this panel is like 4.5 by 6.5, just for reference. And I'm gonna get my sticky mat to make this work. Okay. So we'll put the sticky mat in here. And then I'll move this out of the way. I'll use my anti-static powder tool. And I do this off the sticky mat because I do not want to get a bunch of anti-static powder stuck into my sticky mat because that's just a pain. Do you have a little bitty spider? Oh, I got plans. You guys just gotta keep watching. Trust me. I got plans. I got plans. We'll see how much I can fit on here, because even though this, again, this is 4.5 by 6.5, and this is what I was talking about with how big Edison is. Like, I'm making a 5 by 7, and I could have even gone bigger. I thought about it, but I was like, no, I'm going to make it work with a 5 by 7. So I don't have a whole lot of leeway on here, but I still got plans. So, anti-static powder tool. Let's just stick this guy into place so he doesn't move. And then we're going to stamp some spider webs. Let's do it like that. And like that. Yeah. And then, let me get more of my stuff out of the way. Let me get some heat embossing and some white pigment ink. Okay, we will ink up these with some white pigment ink, mostly so I can just see where I'm stamping and actually make sure I stamped the entire thing. Okay. Okay. Yep. So then, when using a sticky mat, you just kind of bend the mat onto itself and the cardstock starts to pop off. Because you definitely want to remove it from the back, from the sticky mat before you pour embossing powder onto it. Oop. There we go. Yes. Okay. Fabulous. I'm excited and a little scared for Stamptember. It's such an enabling month. Plus I get FOMO and worry I will regret not buying a stamp set after I see the amazing makes done with it. True, I get that. That said though, even those that miss out, there are so many options out there. Like, so many. I am... Why? Ah, there we go. Alright, let's melt this. Okay, let's widen this out a little bit. How can I clean the sticky mat? I take my sticky mat and just rinse it under water, literally. If it's stained, some of my other ones are like heavily stained from watercolor, inks, whatever. I don't care. I just rinse it off with water and then I prop it up to air dry. There is a spray that Brutus Monroe makes that is meant specific for this, because do not use like cleaners or soaps on this, because you could literally like just remove all the stickiness, which makes it null and void for the most part. But I have the spray. I don't even know where it is because I've never used it. I just take it to the sink, rinse it down, and go on about my day. And then when I'm not using it, I keep the little, you know, sheet on it, because otherwise I would get just stuff stuck to it all the time, and that would be annoying. So yeah, let's clean these guys off. I'm not sure yet if I want to stamp these in black as well because my intro has the webs in black and white, but I'm not sure if I want to do that, because yeah, that might just be a little too much. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Like, I could, but I don't think that'll look right. So let's not and say we did. Okay, we'll save these though, because I'm still planning on using them. I'm gonna use them on the inside and all that jazz, but I got that so far. And then, and again, I have these linked. The fabulous swirl, what's this one called? Hocus Pocus layering stencil. There's the full size one and the mini. Little mini stencil set. And again, they're linked below. Love. I think I want the full size one for this. I think that's what I want. So I'm gonna do kind of like that. Yeah. And I'm gonna go a little darker with this. And I'm gonna use peacock feathers. These are so fun. So we'll do that one, and then we'll do one on this side. Everyone works so hard during September, and I just feel so bad when people miss out and they get mad at everyone. Yeah, it's... Thankfully, the majority of people are pretty awesome. There's a few that like to just cause chaos, really, is the easiest way to explain it. And yeah, I just don't put up with it. Like... We're all working unbelievably hard behind the scenes, and I myself do, like last year altogether, I think I did 52 videos, 50 plus.
Yeah, something like that.
It was more than 50 videos. It's most likely happening again this year. That is what's planned. It's insane. It is utterly insane, the level of work, but I'm choosing to do this level of work. Nobody's forcing me to, but yeah, some people like to be absolutely ridiculous about it, but no matter what, Stemtember is fun. It's meant to be fun. It is just a month-long party, and yeah, there's no point doing like the whole center because that's gonna get covered up by my pumpkin dudes. But this will just give the background that hint of blue that I wanted. So now you guys are starting to see it kind of come together. Again, inspired by my intro, not quite the same. These are going to be fun. Yep. Okay. Now it needs black splatter. Can't have background for Halloween without some black splatter. Let's put this over here. Where is my... We need this and this and my black paint and and that. Okay. What are you using ink on with? Paper pouncers from Picket Fence Studios. Those are linked below. Love these. I have a set for my oxides. I have a set for my dye inks. They're wonderful. I've done a whole review video on them. Tons of videos using them. Absolutely love them. They are one of my favorite tools. And they're linked in the favorite tools. I set that up right before this, right before I went live. And I'll keep adding to it as I get time. That magical thing that constantly eludes me. But yeah, as I get more time, I will edit that favorite tools list because I've got quite a few. All right, let's add some black splatter to this. So we got black soot, distress paint, my little fan brush, and my splat box. And never enough splatter. Love it. Yeah. Do you clean the pouncers? No. No. Do not. Wait, let me clean my brush first. That's very important. When working with acrylic paints, clean your brush, especially black soot acrylic paint, because it can just, it's permanent, like permanent. Okay, pouncers, do not wash these. Do not get them wet. They will go like this, and they will never fully come back to their size. I've shown in other videos, you can like gently, like lightly mist like a cloth or a paper towel, just a tiny bit of water, and just like, you know, but I rarely do that. It's only when I have like a really dark ink on here and I want to go to something really light that I'll try to remove, but usually I'll just kind of blot it onto a scrap of paper and go on about my day. But yeah, do not get these wet. That's not how they're intended to be used. Where do I find your favorites list? It's in the description box below the video. You can actually, if you open my description box below the video, you can copy paste that link into the chat. It'll say like my favorites tool list and it'll say LDL, you know, it'll be a hyperlink. And then you can link to it for me because then people can see it. So, got my black splatter. Okay, just gotta let that dry a little bit. And then while he dries, let's do the card base. Let's get this out of the way.
Most used tools?
Yes. So if you click, just copy that entire sentence and then just paste it into the chat, and then people can use that. So I guess you could have a set for pastel inks and for dark inks. You totally could. I've actually been talking with Picket Fence. And I've like dropped a few hints. I was like, I would love a pastel set. You know, yes, I could just get a second set and label it as like pastel inks and then keep one for darker inks, but me being ridiculous, I'm just like, hint, hint, I would love that. Whether they actually do it, I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot. But yeah, generally I don't do that. I don't even do that with my brushes. You know, I just keep one of everything per color. So, you know, these are turquoise inks, light to dark. And I just, if I'm going from dark to light, like I said, I just rub it off on the cloth, scrap paper. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. So, card base is going to be a 5x7 card. So I'm going to cut this to 10 by 7. 10 by 7. Always save the pieces because I use those for die cutting, sentiments, etc. And then okay, 5, and then score it at 5 inches. Just like so. Fabulous. There's my card base. Okay. Okay. Now I gotta like remind myself what I was planning on doing on the inside of the card. Okay. I was planning on adding, okay, where did I put it? I got a pile of stuff going on here, man. Okay. The what do they call this one? Big Frights. Big Frights die set. It's another big one. You know, the packaging is always like deceptive. These die cuts again are big. Where's that A2? There it is. Here's another reminder. This is an A2 size, so 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. You know, they can be the focus like of a normal sized card. They're big. So I had die cut that because it's a 5x7 card, and I was like, ooh, I can just stick this like on the inside because you still got space to write right on here. People ask that all the time with the amount of stuff I put on the inside of my cards because sometimes there's a lot. Like, where do you write? I'm like, over it. I don't care. If I've stamped something, I write over it. I don't care. But if I'm really filling up, it's like you got all of this real estate. You've got the whole back of the card. You can put it on a separate piece of paper, shove it in, like, whatever works. But I write over it. The inside is gravy. That's how I got on to the poutine discussion last time. Because I said the inside is gravy. Oh. So it's like, oh, gravy, poutine.
I haven't had a good poutine in a long time.
We'll make it one of these days. We got all the stuff to make it. Yeah. I think, unless we're at a gravy mix. Okay. So yeah, I die cut from the same cardstocks I made my dudes out of. So let's add a little bit of shading to kind of, you know, give it some life because it's looking a little boring. Again, this is a little extra, but when am I not extra, honestly? So again, I was using a darker purple ink like after I used this, and I just take my cloth, wipe off the excess, we're good to go. Good to go. So, yeah, this nail polish is awesome. It's in my last video, but it's Mooncat. It's by the brand is Mooncat, and this specific one is called Dragon Scales. And yeah, it shifts from like gold to green to pink. It's kind of, on camera, it's not fully picking up. In real life, it's literally like gold, green. It's fun. It's fun. Anyway, let's add a little shading so that this isn't quite so boring. Yep. And then the little background. Tell me you're Canadian without telling me you're Canadian. I know, right? Poutine. We had an entire discussion about this. It's my own fault for bringing it up again. We did this last week's live. There was an entire thing about poutine. Again, to everyone, you're welcome and I'm sorry. Because, yeah. Really, when's it not about food? There we go. Much better. See? Ooh, that just gives it some something. And then we got to add the little bit of turquoise just cause. So yeah, I had used this with peacock feathers, which is much darker, which is fine. Let's just wipe it off, basically. This is literally all I do. I just wipe it off on the scrap, and I go back to my lighter color, which is Salvage Patina. Good enough. And we'll add just a little bit add a little bit of that to keep it consistent with the little pumpkins. Again, it's extra, totally not necessary. But yeah. And I need my glue. Where'd I put? There's my glue. I was like, where's my glue? Alrighty. We will adhere these guys together. And then since I did the sentiment here in the purples, what I think I'm gonna do is stamp the webs in just a really light gray onto the inside of the card, because I was gonna stamp them in purple, but that's gonna make things look a little bit redundant. So we're gonna take the card base, no, that's not what I was, ugh, never mind, babe. I wasn't asking you to delete any of your own.
Huh?
I didn't even know what you put. Oh. Okay. Card base is taped inside out so that I can put it back into the Misty. Have you seen the Sweet Petunia glue holder with the trigger? Yes, I have it on order because I was curious, and I will be testing it out when it eventually arrives. Okay, so inside of card, web stamps, and let's get those like so. We'll use a light gray ink for this. There we go. Love it. Love it. Okay. Add this to the pile of the mess I've made. Hi. And then let's get these out of the way. those out of the way. And then we can pop this guy off of the sticky mat. Get off of there. There we go. Where did I put the cover back on him so I don't get a bunch of crap on him. Perfection. Alrighty. Got get tape out of there. Okay, so got that. Got that. Yes. And then, like I said, because someone mentioned earlier about spiders, this set has a little dude in it. Hence me pulling him out. So, and I already lost, oh, never mind. It was stuck to the cloth. I was like, I die cut extras of these. So, let's, there we go. Okay, because yes, we must have him. All right. And just a quick little reminder. Links will not work in the chat. I have those disabled other than my one moderator. And listing of other like places to get things, etc. on one of my live videos, please don't. My entire living is based on doing this. I provide links to my supplies in the description box below the video. Huge amount of time. Thank you. That's, yeah. Just a little reminder on that one. So, okay. Let's get our little spider dude. Yeah. Let's get him into place. And then let's do our sentiment. Did I clog my glue because I put it into a blob of glue? Good job, Amy. Good job. That's why you keep pins on hand. And then we're good. Alrighty. Or maybe we're not good. I think I really clogged it this time. Me. So yeah, when your glue clogs, I just use I have a little pin cushion I keep off to the side, and it's one thing I need to consistently remind myself when I'm live is to actually like put the cap on my glue. Oh my goodness. Okay. We will add this sentiment. Yep. And then I'll use my little fine tip one to do this little itty bitty piece that I die cut for the little spider dude. Just like so. I'll butt him right up. There you go. Get him right up there to the... There we go. There we go. And now we can adhere that little guy, and he only needs glue. See, I've got like buildup in my glue tube. That's why. That's what's clogging. Get out of there. Found the culprit. Okay. Basically French fries with gravy. Oh yeah, no. That's not even. French fries, cheese curds and gravy. And brown gravy, not white gravy, brown gravy. Oh my goodness. So yeah.
Okay.
No, Siri, leave me alone. No, no, no. Shut up, Siri.
You should learn to turn him off before you go live.
Remind me next time. There we go. Okay. Let's see if I can do this without clogging my glue. Good lord. Okay, he also needs little eyes to make him cuter because he's looking a little bit scary. Little white gel pen. He's got his little eyeballs. The only time spiders are okay is when they're on cards, not getting near my hair. Anyway, okay. Now he has the background, which is now dry. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Let's just double check. Yep. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now we've got Edison and his two buddies. It's triplets, basically. I'm gonna wanna kind of layer those up like so. I did cut, oh, here it is. Okay, I did cut a mat for this with some just gray cardstock. Yes. Yes. We are gonna add that. Do I want to add? No, I don't want to add anything else. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Okay. Just refresh. If you're having issues with like the screen being jumbled or anything like that, just refresh. Yeah. F5 or just hit refresh. Oh, I have like a big clog on this. I really messed up my glue. There we go. We're good. We're good. I found it. I got it out. Anyway. Just... yeah. Everything seems to be working. If you're having issues with like the sound or the video, just hit refresh and it should fix it for you. Or X out completely and then come back. That sort of a thing. That could... who knows? Technology is wonderful. Wonderful. We loves it. Okay. And then as is tradition, I'm going to rough up these edges because that's just what I like to do. Alrighty. Take the sides of my scissors and we will rough up this cardstock to give it that nice texture, fuzzy look that I don't know what it is. I'm just really been enjoying this a lot lately. Love it. Yes. And yes, there is a tool. There is a tool that does this. Tim Holtz has it. It's a paper distresser thread cutting tool. It's like a circular little thing. It still exists. It's on the market. I've linked to it in other posts. I used to have one. I went looking for it the other day and I can't find it. And I know as soon as I order another one, I'll find the original one, which is just annoying. But them's the breaks, as always. So, but yeah, scissors work too. You just got to be careful that you don't cut yourself. There we go. So now, well, the edges are nicely roughed up the way I like. Are you being sarcastic with all the problems it gives you with your network? Yes, I'm being sarcastic. I have a love-hate relationship with technology. It enables me to do my job. It also disables me from doing my job half the time. We have so much fun, don't we, Chris? We have so much fun.
I made it better.
You do help a lot with the tech aspect of things. Oh, I got this upside down. Oh my gosh. I was like, why does this look weird? Hey. I'm like moderating the moderator. Okay, it's coming together. It's coming together. I still think we need some sentiments though. Which ones do I want to use? Okay, let's put that into place. Let's put that into place. Okay, do I want to use that one? Something wicked this way comes. Oh, I might use that on the inside. That could kind of be cute, you know? But for this one, I think we'll just use just a little happy Halloween sentiment. Yeah. Yeah. And then we need some like turquoisey cardstock of some sort, I think. Probably Audrey blue. There we go. Perfection. And then I think I'll do this in black. Yeah, if I stamp it in black. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Because I'm just trying to think where I'm going to put it to. I don't know. We'll stamp it. I'll trim it out. And then we'll figure out what we want to do. However, I'm going to commit stamp surgery, which is going to probably upset some people, but honestly, it's okay. It's okay. Because I don't like it off to the side like that. I want it centered. See? That looks better. And the thing is, I can always go back to how it's meant to be. You know what I'm saying? Or do I want it all in one narrow line? What do I want to do? I'm having like major indecision here. It's the one thing I didn't plan out ahead of time. I want it on one line. That's what I want. Okay. So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use my Misty for this because I want to make sure I actually get it on one line. So let's go like this and like that. We'll stick this here. And then, yeah, that's all I got to do. This guy's really close, so this one actually has to be a little bit more down. Get out, please. Thank you. Okay, line up that just like so. And we'll just see how straight I got it. We shall see when I stamp it. Yeah, we'll see when I stamp it. It looks... Because normally if I really want to, I could trim it right up to the bottom just how it is like on the stamp. But I don't like removing that bit because that's what keeps it spaced if I want to use it correctly, if that makes sense. So I would rather fiddle a little bit, you know, making sure things are... And with this, it doesn't have to be, again, you don't have to be perfect. And this is all like handwritten, so it's we have some leeway with this whole thing. So let's just see. I might have to do this a couple times to get it the way I want. Yeah, he needs to go up a tiny little bit. Just like so. So I can move that down. And we'll try this again. So let's do it straight. And then, I don't even need to re-ink it. Let's just see how it stamps. There, that should work. That should work. Okay. And then let's hope the third time is the charm. There we go. Yes. Mm-hmm. Fabulous. Fabulous. And then I can put him back on his little carrier sheet the way he was meant to be. So we'll just stick him. And then see, you can barely tell. Really, unless you're looking like really close and then you can see. But then you can do this with your clear stamps, you can do it with rubber stamps. Like, if it means you get more use out of it or you use it the way you want, do it, you know? You know? So yeah. Okay, where's my... There it is. I'm losing everything here. Losing everything. Okay. So got a sentiment. And then we just... Do I want to die cut him too? Probably better if I die cut this. It's safer. It's safer. Okay. Do I want the little one, or do I want not any of these? Not any of these. Let's mix size up. I'm pretty sure these are the same. Yes. Okay. Okay. I think, yeah, I want this size of. These are Simon's Sentiment Label wafer dies. I don't have a link for these. I will after the live is over. I'll add a link to these. I have 2 sets in here. I use these so much. I bought a second set so that I can like die cut more sentiments at the same time. Because yes, one of my absolute favorite and most used die sets. So we can go like that and like that, and then I'm probably gonna trim off some of this excess here to save for other sentiments, just like so. That with my scraps, and then we will die cut. Okay, let's get that into place, that into place. Have you ever used an acetate piece to use stamp as a placement guide first? Sometimes. Most of the time I can just figure it out, stamp on a scrap, whatever. It's not very often that I'm like cutting apart stamps, and with clear stamps it's a lot easier to just line them up. Obviously with this one, because I couldn't see through the rubber, it took a little more fiddling. But yes, that is an option too, is to just stamp onto acetate so you're not stamping onto cardstock. But yeah, I use the other side. Like, the nice thing about paper, it has 2 layers, so if you mess up the one side, you can just use the other side. Now, do I want to... Ooh, I know what I want to do. I need my tape back, because I'll just reuse it. So yeah, cardstock's never fully wasted until it's... both sides are done for, yada yada yada. So yeah. Hello, Beth in Ontario. I'm glad people get a kick out of my videos, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying the lives. I have been enjoying doing them. You know, I like talking to you guys, and yeah. Barring my few technical difficulties, we do plan on doing these every Sunday at 2 p.m. Central. That is the plan. And this is also the perk of having 2 sets, because you only get like one of the sizes of these little funny ends. And I don't use these very often, but when I do, they're fun. So if I do that, oh, get in place. Go where you belong. You can also do this with scissors. I used to do that back in the day, but when it's a wafer die, you get the pressure cut edge. I need to go like this. Okay, that's better. Sort of. Not really. What am I doing? I just don't like getting the tape over the sentiment, because every once in a while that can get like pressed in. I always try to avoid taping over anything I've stamped or colored, etc., because usually I never have a problem, but there's always that one time and the tape ends up like fusing to the cardstock. Okay, got a dot and that, and then we die cut it again. There. In response to your guys' comments. I needed both hands. Should have had Chris come in and like, I was like...
You're the star, not me.
Yeah, but you could help. Not just sitting there moderating. Okay. There we go. Yas. That's what I was going for. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. Don't want to lose the little itty bitty pieces. Bonk. And bonk again. There you go. Get back in your home. Add that to the pile of stuff I'll link to later. Okay. So, we got this. And then... Oh, I made a right mess of this. You guys can't see it, thankfully, but at the same time, does it really matter? Does it really matter? No, it doesn't. And you know what I'm going to do? Let's do some black soot distress ink blending, because that'll cover up some of the mess I made. Because, yeah, if we just take... Where's that scrap of paper I had? Here we go. Just so I'm not getting ink absolutely everywhere. If we take a little bit of this and just go like this. And kind of add a little bit of depth. And then that also covers up the mess. So then it all looks intentional. Yas. So you go like that. And then if you really want to get it going, just let me get this out of the way. I'll use my fingernail. We'll rough this up a bit. You know, curl up those edges a little bit. Give it some texture. Because it's Halloween. You can get away with all, well, heck, any cards. Again, perfection's always overrated. There. Much better. I fixed it. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, this is working. I like when this is working. Oh, do I want to add? Oh, I kind of want to add, I don't know. I love this sentiment. Something wicked this way comes. I have links to both these sets down below. I talked about this at the beginning of the video. These are from last year's Tim Holtz Halloween release. I haven't had a chance to even use them because by the time I got them, it was lit like right before Halloween last year. Anyway, I really like this sentiment, so it's going on the inside because kind of just, you know, we'll put it on an angle. Let's just do it. So yeah, let's just do it. Where's my black ink? Where's my black ink? Alrighty. Okay. So, because also it just goes with the eek sentiment. And I messed up the D. Good. Good. Great. Great job, Amy. That's when you just use a marker. If you hadn't been watching live, you wouldn't even known I did it. Works. It works. So anyhow. Is that what the sandpaper thing that was in the Simon Says Katie used for? I just posted a video a couple days ago, yesterday, day before, something. I think 2 days ago. I haven't posted a lot of videos. The black, gold, and white cards I did using the kit. I showed that sandpaper. Doomahickey. You can use it for roughing up edges. That's not really what it's meant for, but you totally can. Honestly, no one's stopping you. It's more for like removing like texture in there with embossed color. If you watch that video, I actually use it in show over an emboss thing and like removing some of the cardstock and stuff. It's cool. But yeah, okay. So we got that sentiment on the outside. Let's start putting together the card front here. And these guys we are going to stick on with craft tacky glue. And then still going to stick him there, just like so. And then this one will go here. And then this dude, we will use some foam. Where's my package? There they are. I was like, where did my foam adhesive go? Big ones. That's what I want. We'll pop in yeah. Stick some foam squares on here just so that he is nice. Yes, and popped into place. Alrighty. Okay. And I don't know yet. Do I want to stay? I kind of think it's going to go there. But we got to add our little spiders. I don't know yet if I want to add these or not. Like, we could. Yeah, we don't need that one. We'll do this one because that's how he is in the intro, and I have an idea. I have to grab something though before I can. Again, I got too many ideas in my head and not enough hours in the day. And I left this one open too. There we go. I was like, I clogged this one too because I left it open. Okay. Okay. There we go. A wobble would be cute. A wobble would be cute. I am out of, and I mentioned that in the little like floral ghosties that I did. I am out of the big wobbles. I need to order some more because I used up the last of my stash. And for one like this, you want a big one because the little ones are just not enough to really hold it, in my opinion. Like, you can make it work, but yeah. I'll be getting more, but that would be cute too. Totally. Totally. So yeah. Let's cut that off. And then, yes, we will add him. He will go there. And then this one, I think I'm going to snip off that little piece because it just doesn't need to be there. Yeah, he can go down here. So we'll glue him into place like that. And then this I'm going to pop into place with some foam strips. That's the thick stuff. I want the center stuff. Let's do a couple of little foam strips. And add that to the pile because I am running out of space again. Okay. Let's add a foam strip. And okay. And then we'll add this one right there just to even things out. Okay. Then get and then we'll do that. If I really press it down, make sure I actually have it somewhat centered. Yep. And then, but wait, there's more. Crap. I knew I was forgetting something. Where are they? Oh, there they are. You can help me clean up after, babe. Such a mess. Oh, okay. I do not know if I'll have links for these because I don't even know if they're available anymore because I've had them for years. But they were from Studio Claudia originally, and she came up with these like just teeny tiny. Yeah, these ones are too big. These ones, I don't know if these will work. We'll see. But yeah, they're little 3mm googly eyes. Because again, yes. If you notice in my intro, my one little fighter, he's got little googly eyes. I added him because I thought he was cute. Because, yeah. Let's add little googly eyes. Get over there. To this dude. There we go. Well, and I'll show it close up. He's so cute. Okay. These guys are like super tiny. Okay. Don't need much glue. And then we're gonna oh, I might not have put enough glue on there. Oh, I need my tweezers for this. These guys are legit tiny. I haven't used these in years. And like I said, I don't even know if they're still available. I'll check when I do my links, and if they are, I'll add a link. If not, I don't even know. Because, yeah. There we go. Just a little extra glue. Oh, look at it. Look at it. And close the lid so I don't have like 500 little googly eyes absolutely everywhere. Oi. Okay. Okay. So they got googly eyes. We got all this other stuff. The only other thing I was going to add, I add this to my last card too, and why not? And again, I'll put links to these when I do the editing. These are Trinity stamps. Oh, my stars. That's literally what they're called. Oh, my stars. Anyway, let's add a few little extra bling blings here. Where's mine? This is what I want. Because, you know, why not? So add some stars. Just to kind of bring it all in. And love it. It's all coming together. Nope. Then we'll add little tiny ones. Little teensy tiny. I'm gonna put it right there. Put a few more over here. Got a nice big old 5x7 card, so I got plenty of room for extra embellishments. Yes. Tiniest little dabs of glue with these because you don't need much. Sparkly. Yep. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Same thing. Put these back in the container so that I do not dump them everywhere. Everything is good. Got the inside. Now to adhere this to the card base. Where's my glue? There's my glue. Oy, oy, oy. And yeah, at the risk of tempting fate, my other camera's still working, so as soon as I'm done this, I can switch to facing you guys, and we can chat for a little bit. We can do a Q&A if you want here at the end for a few minutes, as long as that camera keeps working, and we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, at the risk of tempting fate. Now we just gotta get this glued to the card base. I'll just hold it for a little bit because I've got it all warped and all the fun things. But yeah, this is my card inspired by my intro and outro screen for my 2023 Halloween series. And it glows in the dark, which when I do the photos that I will upload to my social media and blog and everything else, I'll take this and I'll get a photo of it glowing in the dark so you guys can see, like, because yeah, they'll glow in the dark, which is always super fun. But yeah, let's zoom in there is the finished card. Hey, Kathy. Hey, hey. So, yeah. And I got googly eyes. Better late than never. Yeah, literally right at the end. Hey, that's me usually. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, how fun. So we got webs and stars and splatter and little googly-eyed spiders, and then on the inside, eek. This was super fun to make, and I can now flip over to, it worked. It worked. So, as always, there will be, this will be available on replay for those that missed out watching live. Can you say hi again?
Hi again.
Thank you to Chris for helping with moderating and all that fun stuff. And yeah, the replay will always be available. A reminder, I do not do edited live videos, like shortening them up or anything like that. I don't have time. I don't have time. These are just considered extra on top of all the other things I do. But yeah, I will take photos and I'll have the blog post, the social media. I will edit all the supplies. Most of it's already linked in the description box below the video, but I will edit that and add anything I missed, you know, the specific colors of things, all that stuff. That'll be in the description box below. And just, it'll take me about half an hour to an hour, just depending on the chaos, for me to get that all done. But that's what it's going to be. And yeah, Sundays at 2 p.m. Central. That is the scheduled time now for me to go live. And then we'll just see where everything goes, you know? Yeah, like I'm still figuring out all the things. Kathy, I need to pick her brain on how to do. I still haven't figured out. I don't know how to do split screen or nothing. Still got to watch that video to set up my Stream Deck too. Oh, if it isn't one thing, it's another. But yeah, if there's, I'm like scrolling back, if there was any like recent questions or anything. Wait, you had tech help and a dude. Love it. I know, right? You had help in your live the other day when he brought you, when your hubby brought you the brushes. I still love that. It's like, then bring me my brush from the bathroom and he brings your fan brush and your hairbrush. Chris would have done the exact same thing if I'd asked you to bring me my brush from the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or
It's a brush. It's a brush. But yeah, Chris was able to help. No guarantee that he'll always be able to, because just life, chaos, too many children. Can you do a video on how to make the best of a mistake if possible? Like if this happens, do this. Just watch the videos I do. And even in this one, I made a couple and I just went with it. Like you just go with it, you know, or you flip it over. Cardstock has two sides. It's really hard to predict what kind of mistakes are going to be made, you know, because they happen. But 99% of the time, it just means flip the cardstock over and do it again. So yeah, I have a weekly reminder on my phone. Thank you. Technology is never-ending things to do. Oh, always. If it's not one thing, it's another. Like constantly. What is the age range of your kids now? Not answering that. I said that earlier. I do not discuss my kids online anymore. I don't. Things got just weird is all I'm gonna say. So I just don't discuss them or share anything about them online. I have many of them. Love them all. I do everything for them, but yeah, we just don't share about them online because things got weird. And yep. So yeah, you don't gotta feel bad. The replay will be up for everybody to be able to check out. I know that you'd use a pigment ink to shade stamp on black cardstock, but how do you decide which inks for white? Do you have a preference for layering stamps or stencils? It just depends on my mood. Like, yeah. Like layering stamps, any inks are going to work. Same with layering stencils. Technically, any inks are going to work. The only thing you need to keep in mind with specifically layering stamps and layering stencils is if you are using dye-based inks like the Simon Says Stamp Positively Saturated, Concord 9th ink. I can speak to those two specifically. For the best results, if you're doing, say, a layering stamp and say it has 3 layers, you stamp your main layer, let it dry or quickly heat set it before stamping the next layer, only because, like, and I've talked about these inks, how they tend to, they smooth out more as they dry, you know, so that they take their time, you know, they soak into the cardstock. So if you're layering on top, it helps to have it dry, whatever you stamp first, it's dry, and you just get a little bit crisper results. Do I always do that? No. But for the best results, blast them quickly with your heat tool, let them dry. But more often than not, I usually don't have an issue. But I know some, you know, some layering stamps have so much detail to them that if you want to really retain that detail, let each layer dry. But as far as any like rules, it doesn't matter. Use whatever you like. Like, yeah. I use, you know, pigments for darker cardstocks or craft cardstock. You guys know I love my oxides on craft cardstock. But yeah, it just depends on my mood. There's no rules. The bat lamp, that's from Michaels. I did a whole Facebook live when I got that. Paid too much for it. But yeah, Chris and I went to Michaels. That was like a month ago now. Something like that. And I don't know if she's in the chat. She's probably not. She was on the Facebook Live. I got recognized at Michael's, which was really, really odd. Felt weird. She never said anything to me, but she was in the chat on the Facebook Live when I was talking about it, because I was like, I thought there was, you know, I had that feeling. The way someone was looking at me, and I was like, and yeah, I said it to Chris, and he was like, so weird, you know? And then she was like, oh yeah, she's like, I recognize you. And I'm like, weird. Because I never leave my house, so it's just odd thing, but best place obviously to get recognized anyway. And we were behaving ourselves for the most part, so.
You were, I wasn't.
You usually aren't. You can't take us in public. So yeah, okay. Where was I? I got lost here in the thank you. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for all the sweet comments and the support and all the things. And yeah, I mentioned it during the video about people discussing sources to get things. I don't like to be a complete, buzzkill on that, but this is like us as content creators and makers. This is our job, and we provide the links to what we use. They are affiliate links. They do not cost you anything. Brands aren't adding to the price, to pay us, sort of a thing. But the affiliate links, the little bit of income we make from those links is what helps fund everything. Helps me pay the bills and keep the lights on, and helps heat this garage, because I'm gonna have to start running the garage heater soon, and keeps me from freezing to death, literally. When we hit -50 in our cold Saskatchewan winters. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for being okay with that. And yeah, I've got all the links below, and I will edit them to the proper everything as soon as I hit end on this. And do you have to speak to Chris to quit running in the aisles, quit touching things? Kind of.
Sometimes.
It's like a kid in a candy store, just like, wah!
I never got to go to those places until I met Amy, so...
You never went to a craft store before you met me? I didn't know that.
Never really.
Look at me, just giving all these wonderful opportunities to see you extremely overpriced craft
Styrofoam
stuff.
balls to make a...
They were styrofoam balls.
Planet set to your kid.
Yeah. Some of it is just ridiculous. I've got my opinions on all that stuff. But anyway. Yeah, gonna end the live. I had a lot of fun chatting with you guys. 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on Sundays. That's when I'll go live. And eventually maybe some random ones here and there throughout. Those I'll always try to announce ahead of time, you know, when I'm able to. But we'll just see. We'll see. I got like 5 million things I need to like figure out and learn. Like I'm just, if I can get the camera to stay on, which we did this time, so yay. I consider that a win. But yeah, I will get this photographed and edited. Will it show? Oh, there we go. With his little googly eyes and his glow in the darkness. Love it. Love it. So yeah, I'll get him photographed. I'll show you guys in the photos him glowing in the dark. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later.